Hello, Technologies and Creative Learning class. This is Sharon Mistretta, and on behalf of the Dream Team, which is Bill Boland, Brenda Egan Johnson, and Meg Murphy, this is our final presentation to you to showcase what we did as our final project. And we did a blog on EduBlogs, and the topic is improving discussion board engagement. This was actually Brenda's idea because she wanted to improve the discussions on the various courses that we've taken in Johns Hopkins University School of Education. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to point out the categories on the right-hand side here. There is an introduction to our work. So you can read that particular post and see what we have to say in terms of our project. And the categories on the right-hand side list all of the entries for each of the team members. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass the microphone to Bill.
Hello, everyone. In this PCL class, the two things I covered daily. In this first blog, I did say one of the things I really enjoyed about programs in general was all the different technology presentation formats that it was supposed to do, and I just think that it could change the boredom that comes with written responses and discussions. So I gave an example of a mobile type sharing things click out. The next one. My second one is I take the online practice all discussion ongoing dialogue. I'm using this in my personal research and movement. I set up a previous practice through a program called WeChat. WeChat is a combination of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp app, Snapchat, all of them. This is about people synchronize on the dialogue, articles, and really creates community. I did some snapshots of different communities I'm part of, and I think that today's report is definitely improved by adding this type of program to the course and creating these small communities on top of the traditional discussion board courses. Thank you very much. I will pass it to Brenda.
Hi, everybody. So for my idea, I actually used something called Insert Learning, and it's an annotated website where you can annotate website pages as a professor, and you can make the learning interactive for the students. So in the Mind and Brain course specifically, we had several different websites that we had to explore about the brain and neuroscience, and I think it was a little bit overstimulating and a little bit difficult to navigate. And had we had an annotated website page, it may have been a little helpful. So I gave some examples that you can watch. You can view a couple different screenshot recordings that I made, pretending that I was a professor. And then for my second, Sharon, if you want to click out, for my second idea, and research methods. So our research methods courses, of course, are very important, but the discussions could be kind of bland in all classes, but even taking a dry course like research methods. So you could take it from bland discussions to brand motivation. Using any of the tools that, specifically one that would be easy to use is the Kahoot online game. So I talked a little bit about that. I'm not going to go into it now because we just used it for our discussion, so it's fresh in the mind. But that would be a way to make research methods a little bit more interactive and maybe motivating to learn about. Thanks.
Okay, I'm going to pass to Meg.
Hi everyone. My blog's focused on personal connections with in discussion posts as a way to connect with peers and the professor. While most syllabi are clearly outlined and assignments described, personal connections are necessary to build community and collegiality. In the blog post, The Carrot and the Stick, I discuss a discussion post for leadership and educational organizations that could include Flipgrid as a way for students to post video responses instead of the typed responses. Through this medium, students will be able to see and hear their classmates and professor to connect more in a personal way. In my second blog, which is called Let Me Introduce Myself, I talk about the importance of being able to view students in different lights rather than solely academic. Storyboard is discussed as a way to chart a leader's progress in leadership and educational organizations. Throughout this course, and maybe instead of constantly responding to prompts, some of the time could be spent considering the readings and how the student has changed throughout the course as a leader. Overall, both prompts, or blogs I should say, signify the importance of knowing the whole student and establishing the connection and support that will aid in sustainability in an online learning environment. Thank you. Now I pass to Sharon.
Thank you, Meg. So what I did is I took 2 multicultural education discussions and I revamped them. So the first one has to do with a video reflection, and it was a session that we did a then and now, where we're using lessons of the past to create lessons of today and tomorrow. So what I did was I created a Padlet so that the students could sign up for a particular discussion choice, because what had happened in the multicultural education class is that there were at least I think 12 different categories that you could do, but what happened was it had really watered down the discussions. So what I had done was I created a Padlet so that everyone could sign up for a particular discussion, a limit of up to 5 per discussion. So that way you have someone to dialogue with, instead of watering down into too few in a certain category of the discussion. And then I did use Flipgrid, where I would, instead of having the students write what they are thinking, that they would be able to record a short video, so that I think that it'd be much more engaging than to do just a typed text discussion. So that was the first one. And then in the second one, I wanted to increase participatory culture in multicultural education. And what I had done was I had taken, this is where we had, if you recall, in the multicultural education, we had to do a diversity awareness profile. And instead of writing about it, I figured that a person can do a voci where they can create their reflections using the voci instead of writing them. So this is something that I thought would be much better in terms of multicultural education, especially since you can depict your voci in different characters that are international rather than just who you are as a person. So now what I'm going to do is we are going to end our discussion, our video now, and welcome you to take a look at our blog, which we are going to post the link and on our Blackboard. And I thought this was just, I think it was one of the most memorable groups that I've ever been in. It was just really great to work with you guys. And thank you for a great time. Okay.
Thank you.
Sharon, bye, everybody.
Thank you.